You need my help with anything? Anything at all. I've ideas aplenty.
Ever travelled with an army before?
Frankly, can't say that I have. You folk are my first. And let me say, it's not nearly as dull as I expected. Your travelling companions are fascinating, truly.
Is that so? Who, if I might ask?
Let me think. Well, Rayla, a charming lass. So sweet. Asked if she'd help me test out the Skylicker too. She immediately offered to shove me off the nearest cliff. And just between the two of us, the quiet chap, Xavier, gives me the willies, truth be told. Could just be on account of his face looking like a piece of taffy stuck to the sole of a boot. Who else? Oh, right, a word of advice. Never play Gascon at cards. He's a hustler, that one. And he tells tall tales. About debts, specifically, ones that I supposedly owe him. And the Reynard fellow. What a jester. Always good for a laugh.
I'm sorry, what?
Every day he barks at me, stand at attention, with a perfectly straight face. And last, he asked asked if I'd served in the Norm Army. I mean, really, sometimes I just can't with that man.
Very thorough, Barnabas. I thank you. Time I attended to other matters.
Ah, yes, you're still here. Off you go, then.
Yes? To see Scoia'tael in Mahakam, I was quite surprised. To see them attack their own.
Their own? Ha! They hate humans, sure, but those non-humans who won't join in their struggle, they hate far more. Collaborators, they call them. Traitors to their races. Murder them in cold blood to make others join out of fear. Only way to replenish their ranks, truth be told.
I'm led to think we may owe the Scoia'tael more compassion. Seems so many enlisted under duress that...
Hold, madam, truly? And how would you tell those from the others, who grasp their weapons willingly? Those whose hearts have turned black from sheer hatred?
I know not for certain, but to question them might be a start.
Ha! And what? Think you'd hear the truth from them? From elves? No. Exceptions are a clear road to human blood spilt. All Scoia'tael must die. Leave the gods to sort the wheat from the chaff.
Something I could never agree to. Collective responsibility on all their fighters. I couldn't assign it.
That's your right as a queen. Fortunately, King Demavend has other principles. One's closer to my own.
I must go. We'll speak later.
Yes, my lady?
I haven't had the opportunity to thank you. Had you not been so alert, we'd have fallen to our deaths in Mahakam.
I merely did my duty, Your Majesty.
Modest as ever. Yet once the war is over, I shall make certain you're properly rewarded.
My lady, the one reward I desire is victory. Your victory.
Other matters await my attention. We shall speak later.
As you wish, my lady.
Hey ho, how's my favourite queen in the north?
Ever have regrets? Feel remorse?
For what?
Oh, I don't know. Killing innocents, perhaps? Murdering travelers, pilgrims?
I've always warned them. Won't touch a hair on your heads, provided you don't resist. So, see, gave them a choice. Besides, innocents? Please, Maeve. We both know those to be mythical creatures. Everyone's got something on their conscience.
So there's always call for murder?
That's right. Dead right. You need but answer it.
It's time I attended to other matters. Farewell.
Yes, Your Grace?
Reynard, You fought in the first war against Nilfgaard, did you not?
Yes, Your Grace. Though, as a mere captain then.
Were they equally cruel? Did they scorch fields, turn peasants into slaves?
Nay, Your Grace. They fought with honor in those days.
So, what's happened? Why the change?
It's said Emperor Emir var Emrys's heart hardened over the years. He's grown crueler, more ruthless. His soldiers' zeal for violence has followed suit.
But you don't say that.
No, Your Grace.
To your mind, why do they now despise us as they war against us?
'Tis ever easier to loathe those you know. Before the first war, they knew nothing about us. Then they saw they'd the better weapons, larger cities, superior craft. That in our towns, waste flowed through the streets in open gutters, and they concluded we weren't their equals. It's far easier to kill when one holds such a belief.
It's time I attended to other matters.
Hidden among brambles, Meve watched the Nilfgaardian sentries atop the palisade. In full gear, alert in stance, they looked sharp and ready to defend the stronghold.
Blast!
Meve hissed, for she now knew Red Lobindon would not fall by surprise. A siege would be needed, and it would slow her advance. Yet there was naught she could do, as this was her one road to Angren and to Caldwell. Reynard wiped the sweat from his brow, donned his helmet, and dropped his visor with a tap.
On your command, Your Majesty.
Very well. We mustn't delay. Reynard, our plan of attack. Armoured infantry to lead and take the first salvo upon their breast, scaling ladders to follow. Afterwards...
Masterful. Truly masterful.
Interrupted Gascon.
Yet, despite the mastery, fit to be improved.
How, namely?
Hold back your force. Lie in waiting. I'll take 10 good men and open the gates for you. Wide.
And how do you aim to achieve this?
Asked Reynard.
Knock and claim to be a trinket peddler, I suppose. Or perhaps one of Lebioda's devout disciples.
Must you know every last detail? Where's the fun in that, sir?
There's none in warfare. Never.
Seethed Reynard.
The war is no farce. Your Majesty, he stands no chance. Not the slightest.
None at all, I concur. Yet his eagerness intrigues. Let's see what he can do.
Reynard did not approve of Meve's decision, this was clear, yet he dared not undermine it. The Queen's blessing now his, Gascon assembled a small force and set off, straight for the stronghold gate.
Lambs to the slaughter,
muttered Reynard, shaking his head.
My Queen, it's not too late. We can always...
Shh! Look.
Already at the gate, Gascon lifted his arm in a gesture of peace, then merrily bantered a bit with the guards. A moment later, the gates jerked into motion.
But how?
No matter. The gate stands open. We must attack.
Meve raced off towards the fortress without even glancing back. She knew well her soldiers would follow.
The strays have come to play!
Catch!
Order will triumph! It must triumph!
I smell a leak.
Praise be to the great sun!
A shame I have no time.
Yeah, yeah!
Fear not. We shall achieve our goal.
I fear not, for faith guides me.
Life is mine now.
stand aplenty.
We'll catch 'em all!
Sorry, turnips back for an encore.
One red Lobington for you, milady. Compliments of the house.
Gascon seemed a fiend as he fought his way to the keep, then single-handedly killed the commander. Suddenly leaderless, the Nilfgaardians laid down their arms.
My, Gascon. Colour me surprised.
Pleasantly so, I trust.
Don't fish for compliments, it doesn't suit you. Besides, you know you deserve both medal and title.
I shall hold you to it, my queen.
In due course. But I must know how. What ruse persuaded the Nilfgaardians to open the gate?
Come. My delightful charms, no ruse.
Ah, I see. Not one to share secrets.
Unremarkable, as I see it. I'd hold my tongue too, were my conscience thus burdened.
I've done naught to hide my shameful past, friend. I was a brigand, indeed, yet...
Do not dare take me for a fool. You know of what I speak.
Yet I don't. Reynard, what is this? What the devils is with you?
Your Grace, in Mahakam, the Nilfgaardian letter we managed to intercept. Consider your offer accepted. Direct Meve and her force to the agreed site. We await their arrival. Your reward shall be as agreed. 'Twas Gascon who told us Caldwell had received Angren to rule. 'Twas Gascon who suggested we ride for Lobington. Here, the Blackclads willingly opened the gate, for they expected him to deliver a prisoner. You!
Yes. I might have expected as much. When captive, I asked you why you'd chosen to aid me. Your answer was odd and unconvincing.
Maeve!
It's your majesty, you rogue.
What do they promise you? Amnesty? Coin in heaps?
Both. I knew Nilfgaard wouldn't parley with me as a matter of course. To be treated seriously, I needed something they valued. A stroke of luck, it was, the chance to free you from Caldwell's grip. 'Twas in Edern that we first spoke. Then came to an understanding after Rosberg's fall.
Why do I still live then? Why not snatch me under Knight's mantle? Drag me to Red Lobington in chains?
Leave. I sought to sell you out, I did, and aimed to gain by it. Yet in Edern, you earned my respect. In Mahakam, my admiration. I swore then I wouldn't follow the terms of the accord I'd made. Instead, I'd let you into the fort and make damn sure the Commandant couldn't reveal the truth. Alas, seems I underestimated Reynard.
Flattery will get you knout. You, sir, are a traitor.
Ah, please, friend. You appear to me a pot that calls the kettle black.
Reynard? What does he mean?
I've no notion, your grace. Not the slightest.
Truly? Ha! And I had you pegged for a man of honor. Come now, Reynard. Who sent secret missives to Willem? Go on, you really should tell your queen.
What? Reynard?
His Highness guest chambers in Mahakam. One of my lads snuck in. Found a letter bearing the signature of one Reynard Odo.
Reynard, I beg you. Say it's not so. Tell me it's a filthy lie.
Your grace. I'd hoped His Highness and you would reconcile. To see son stand against mother rent my heart. I wish to help.
Behind my back.
Your Majesty, I sought merely to push the youth to see reason, to open his eyes.
So say you now. Yet I can't know what was in the letters. I can't know what pacts you made. And alas, I can no longer take you at your word.
I'm not alone in having deceived. Yet I am in repairing my wrong.
Meve felt a tempest rise inside her. Yet she could not release it lest it cloud her view. She would solve the problem, strike it from her mind, and resume her journey at once.
Drawn and quartered I should have you both. Yet in truth, I cannot do without your aid. Now more than ever. 'Tis the one reason I show mercy and forgive.
Your Grace, perhaps made with doubt, but 'tis the right decision. I shall prove it. Thank you.
Reynard and I rarely see eye to eye, but under the circumstances, I second his every word.
Oh, shut your damn traps! And I believe you're needed in the wagon train. Now!
The Queen's wish was clear and fierce. Gascon and Reynard slid off, leaving Meve to her thoughts.
From the palisade's rampart, Meve gazed out over the marshlands across the Iruga. The Queen sighed deeply. She expected great challenges in Angren. She had also expected, even hoped, to find the one traitor in her midst. But two, and both her close aides-de-camp. She felt a weight upon her heart now.
Blast it all.
She muttered.
Not the first dagger I've taken in the back. Likely not the last either. Yet to pity my lot will help not at all.
From the captive Nilfgaardians, Meve learned Caldwell was at Tuzla Castle, in Angren's very heart. A small detachment would remain at Red Lobendon, while the Queen with the rest of her force set off to face the treacherous Count.
Savarut, Nordling, Netamar, Godef me ser. Savarut, Nordling, Netamar, Godef me ser.
I'll keep a close eye on him, Mom. Don't you fret. I'll keep a close eye on him, Mom. Don't you fret.
No two ways to it. Charming this county the Blackclads granted Caldwell to rape.
Yes, a gift so lovely Caldwell could not refuse. Dahi, it seems, wished to be rid of the Count, so as to rule Lyria alone.
I do wonder why they quarrelled.
Caldwell wished to rule by Willem's hand, and by his claim. Of little benefit to Nilfgaard, so the general disapproved.
As do I. By all means.
I smell a leak.
We'll catch them all! The chase is on!
Feel any burning? See a local healer or wise woman?
My spirit's willing and how, but these damn boots are killing me.
My scars? No, they don't hurt.
You'll never take me alive!
I fear not, for faith guides me. We'll catch 'em all! The chase is on!
There's a time to reap, a time to sow, and a time to die.
Ever have a storm knock out one of your teeth? That bit's the white of an eye from half a league away. God's blast it! My breast burns.
Sorry, turnips back for an encore.
Our ballista, your command. Armor won't say. One boat's all I need. Give me a time.
I smell a leak.
The chase is on!
I think you'll really like this one.
Just when you thought things were about to get dull.
You mad? Don't shake that!
My scars? No, they don't hurt.
We'll catch 'em all! I fear not, for faith guides me.
The Lyrians came to a crossroads. As Meve and her scouts conferred about the proper path to take, a footman, of a sudden, collapsed upon the muddy ground. His comrades strove to rouse him. Alas, to no avail. Meve called for a medic. One arrived post-haste. He checked for wounds, a heartbeat, all else for which a medic checks. Then he peered down the soldier's throat. In a flash, he was on his feet, his hand over his mouth, backing away.
What's with him? What's wrong?
The Queen asked, her eyes darting between the medic and his patient.
Typhus exanthematicus, Your Grace.
Replied the physician, wiping his hands with a spirit-soaked cloth.
Typhus fever.
Contagious?
Extremely, I fear. Though not yet at this stage. The spots are but in his mouth for now. Tomorrow he'll be blotched all over. It's then the disease turns infectious.
I see. What about a cure? Is one known?
The medic gazed at Meve, shook his head and shrugged. On a cloth laid on the ground, the afflicted convulsed and mumbled feverishly.
What does one do in such a case?
Your Majesty, it sounds cruel, I know, but we must leave him and march on. Else our force could be decimated by an epidemic in the ranks.
The entire force I cannot risk for but one man,
said the Queen to the medic.
We leave him.
Your Grace, we oughtn't let the others know. They'll march ahead. We'll linger a bit so no one...
Out of the question. Those who fight for me, I will not deceive.
The Queen assembled the force and laid bare her intention. She would leave the ailing man to waste away and die. Those who knew him pleaded, protested, cursed the heavens. But Meve was unmoved and gave the order to march. She then rode at the fore, to hide her eyes that could not hold the tears she wept.
'Tis a land of monsters. Belongs to them, it does. Human folk are naught but guests here. Beware, me lady. Watch out for leeches especially. They'll slip in your knickers, give 'em half a chance. No matter what they think, Nilfgaardians won't last long here. Come a time, they'll leave gladly, just like all the others. Ye've a good heart, my lady. If you'll not have victuals, please, take this. Elf engraving or some such. Means nought to us, but might could help ye. No matter what they think, Nilfgaardians won't last long here. Come a time, they'll leave gladly, just like all the others. 'Tis a land of monsters. Belongs to them, it does. Human folk are naught but guests here.
For no visible reason, the Lyrian column came to a halt. Meve stood in her stirrups in a bid to see the cause. Something had blocked the way, it seemed. Something large. A tree felled by a storm, or an abandoned wagon, the Queen thought. Neither was true. A boulder huge as a barn lay in their path. Footmen had slung ropes around it, planted their feet, and now sought to pull it aside. It did not budge an inch.
Perhaps I could assist you.
Meve turned in her saddle on hearing the voice. Several travellers in faded robes warily crept from the trees. A young woman with long, light-coloured hair led the way.
You don't much resemble a rock troll,
said the Queen, eyeing the slender stranger skeptically.
but go on, do try.
The fair-haired lass crouched beside the stone, closed her eyes, and began to whisper. Horses wheeled and tugged at their reins. A hound howled in the distance. And then, the boulder rolled to the side like an apple across the deck of a boat rocked by seas.
Who are you? Do tell.
A druid,
Came her calm response.
this stone. It stood in our circle.
The woman silently turned toward the wood. Meve followed her gaze, and among the trees saw other large stones, cracked and scorched.
What happened here?
We refused the Nilfgaardians' aid,
Answered the druid.
so they raised our shrines. Though, perhaps it's a blessing.
A blessing? How so?
A darkness fell upon Angren a time past, and it grows. The forest turns savage, its creatures drunk on blood.
Folk have come to worship other cruel gods. It's time we abandoned this land forsaken and went south, to Kedmerkvid.
Our path leads south too, though not as far.
Said the Queen.
Do join us. Given the times, there's safety in numbers.
The Druids agreed, and were grateful. They walked at the rear of the column, muttering prayers, their faces concealed beneath hoods.
The morrow shall bring a better day.
One boat's all I need.
of it the white of an eye from half a league away. Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
Watch your heads!
The chase is on! Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
Catch!
Thing about slings, they hide well. Her Majesty knows what she's doing.
Prepare to fight, if you've any honor.
For Demavend!
Catch 'em all! Ever have a stone knock out one of your teeth?
Watch your heads!
Have it the white of an eye from half a league away.
Enough chit-chat. Draw your way.
Coin never stinks, no matter how rank the pouch.
Get it to work.
The chase is on!
Sorry, turnips back for an encore.
I smell a leak.
Angren lies thousands of leagues from the sea. Yet the Imperial fleet looked chiefly to this land for wood, its ashes and oaks ideal for shipbuilding. The lumber was driven down the Yaruga to shipyards in Sintra and Atra. There, day and night, Nilfgaard's fleet grew and grew. So when Meve heard axes steadily hacking, the continual grind of saws, she halted her force and quickly dispatched scouts. Indeed, they found a lumber camp, banners overhead, the great sun blazing upon them. Though not critical to her mission, Meve was nonetheless tempted to disrupt the invader however she could.
The Emperor awaits a mass flow of logs,
called the Queen, drawing her sword.
but we shall send him corpses! Formation! Follow me!
When the Lyrians rushed forth with a cry on their lips, the lumberjacks dropped their axes. Their black-clad guards, though likewise surprised, formed up and stood ready for battle.
Larvat! Essaytu Navin! Lyrian!
Wise choice.
Ever have a stone knock out one of your teeth? Have it the white of an eye from half a league away. Order! Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
Angren's gold is not yours to plunder. Begone!
Fight for the Emperor and you might be freed!
Her Majesty knows what she's doing.
To work! Obedience or the
Catch him! He's worth 20 florins!
Feel any burning? See a local healer or wise woman?
The unworthy shall be punished.
Nilfgaard's ranks folded. Soldiers fled in fright, stumbling over felled trees and corpses.
Verspreid the valiant! Retroit!
The air was heavy with the scent of resin and blood. As she caught her breath, the queen looked about. Hundreds of trees lay cut down in rows. Oak and ash enough to keep the shipyards working till winter. Niamh ordered the lumber requisitioned, yet one of the loggers approached her. A man with a face like old leather, sawdust in his hair.
Good lady, I know you war hard against Nilfgaard. I know you'd keep timber out of their hands, but then see, we won't get paid. We'll see no coin till Sintra's shipyards see lumber. It's what the Blacklads said. I beg you, have mercy. We're simple folk. Been slaving since spring, got families to feed. And hunger looms ever close in wartime.
Niamh looked at the logger's hands. Thick scars, crisscrossed fingers twisted by years of axe work.
This wood I cannot allow to reach Nilfgaardian shipyards,
She said.
Yet neither can I let you go hungry. I shall take the wood and pay you from my own purse.
Blisters on my hands from all this work. Weren't enough for corns on me feet, ye gods. Never ends, I tell you. We'll never finish this blasted work. Work, work, work. And do I see anything from it? Even a measly, bloody crumb? Never ends, I tell you. We'll never finish this blasted work. Never ends, I tell you. We'll never finish this blasted work. You've a big heart, my lady. Not many folk like you, especially not in Angren. The land bedevilled in many ways. You've a big heart, my lady. Not many folk like you, especially not in Angren. The land bedevilled in many ways.
Gonna need
3 buckets of nails and a tub full of pens.
Alright, since my game just crashed twice in the stream, I'm just going to end it here. I think I'm gonna like end up just opening up my case later today and just seeing like what is the issue, because it's not the game, it's just my rig. Most likely it's just not, I don't know, it's got to be something with my computer. I think it's not something on the game's end. I think it's just something, because yeah, it just, like, this isn't the only game that I'm having like issues with, and just like my computer does seem a bit sluggish lately. So I'm going to try to figure out like what is the bottleneck here, as far as like, or not the bottleneck, just like why I'm having performance issues. But at least I was able to stream, so there's that. But look at that, there's like a border that just went around the thing. Oh my gosh, dude, this is annoying. This is annoying. 'Cause it's like, you know, I'm trying to stream this to like get through it, you know, little by little, bit by bit, but then it's just, I don't know what the issue is as far as like why stuff is flipping. Just yeah, just having issues running. I mean, it does say like there's 9. I don't know if that's 9 processes or what, but I think also GOG is kind of a bit jank when it's running, so that could be an issue. But then, like I said, this isn't the only thing I'm having an issue with, so I don't know, man. It's whatever. Let me load this back up, see where I'm at, and then just like save and quit, and that'll be that. Hopefully it's after that last battle I was just in, but we'll see. I kind of want to put the difficulty back up to like normal, just to see if it's, you know, doable now that I've got like a better deck. But I don't know. I don't mind the walk in the park difficulty that I'm on right now, because it's just, I can enjoy the story. But it's like when the game was like really not easy at the beginning, it was very much not a fun time. So I kind of don't want to go back to that if it is just a smack in the face when I put the difficulty back down. But if there's New Game Plus, and you should just like play with the cards that you've unlocked on the first playthrough, New Game Plus on the normal difficulty, because honestly, it's not worth the effort. It's not worth struggling. That's the annoying thing. It's like, you know, look how fast everything like loads back up. You know, so it's like, on the one hand, I'm crashing a lot, and on the other hand, well, not. I'm crashing more than I should be. Like, not a lot. It's not like once every like 15 or 30 minutes. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's effing shadow play. I don't know. But just, this is frustrating. Okay, I just got that card right, so it's like that should be in my deck, right? Yeah. So that was the last thing that happened. Yeah, it's like there's no flipping like issues as far as like speed. Everything is like fine. It's like like it's not chugging, so it's like I don't know what's the hold up here. It's really annoying though, I gotta say. I think I'm gonna swap this out. I don't really use that duel much, so it doesn't seem to be as useful as it is in the base, or I'm sorry, the standalone Gwent game. So, oh man. I really do like the artwork on all the cards, though. I guess I could share that real quick before I end the stream, actually, because I didn't know that there was a that one of the extras for this, or Gwyn. I'm not sure if it's Gwyn or like effing Thronebreaker, but like one of the extras is on GOG anyway. You get the art book from Dark Horse Comics, which is pretty cool. But I was also thinking like on the map to like. Because lately I've been using the scouts to like look ahead and stuff, you know, to like see what's like all the treasure and crap. But I'm thinking of just like stop doing that and just like beelining it to like the story, through the story, like do all the stuff. Because like only some side quests like matter, it seems like. Definitely not everything matters. Like every person that you come, I also like all this like stuff on the tapestry on like the side of the map. But yeah, like all the art and stuff, like this stuff, like that's pretty cool. But you know, like every like person that you come across, it's like, you know, you have like 3 options, right? Like that Nilfgaardian I just killed, or that like we threw in the lake, right? It's like, it seems like none of those really matter as far as like coming back to bite you and having consequences. It's just like the stuff that has dialogue in it, like the random like side story missions or side story quests, and like the main stuff when you're in like the dialogue, and like the character models are showing up on screen. It looks very similar to the you know, when they're all just like standing and there's like dialogue on the bottom. It's like that stuff matters, and then like the choices you make when you're doing all the side stuff. Like essentially, I guess a good example would be the elves when we went through Aedirn. I think that was Aedirn. But yeah, I think I'm kind of like wondering if you play that differently if you don't get ambushed in Mahakam, but I'd have to play it again. But that was pretty cool how that happened. So I'd be interested to see if like that's like a different, completely, you know, if the scenario plays out differently if you do that. But because of that, you know, and since I've basically got almost all the upgrades, like once I got all the upgrades, I'm gonna like just stop doing all the. Oh my gosh, did it crash again? For real. Okay, cool. I think it's gotta be one of my hard drives, because every time like something slows down, or there's something, it's like in my computer where it's like I hear like a click, there'll be like a bit of a lag, and I'll hear like a click, and it'll like load in, so I'm not sure if that's like a hard drive just like spinning up every time. That's just like not that I need to replace, but I don't have the money. or like some memory or something. I don't know, but yeah. Once I've got all this stuff replaced, I'll try to skip over all the side stuff, or not replaced. I'm sorry, upgraded, which I'm very close to. So that's nice. So I don't worry about all this stuff and all the loot. I can just blow through it. Just like not have to worry about any of the stuff on the ground and picking it up and stuff. You know, just like only focus on like the you know, the points of interest and the main quest stuff. But yeah, it's kind of like a weird pacing in this game because it's like after a while you kind of like, I mean, you don't know what to expect, but like the beats are the same. It's like you get to like this section, right? And it's like on the map you're like, oh, but there's so much more, but it's like that's not the end. You know, it's never, you never get to like this first part. It's always like you get to this, and there's like more of the map that unlocks, and you get to some sort of story sequence. I mean, that being said, this one does look a bit, but like there's no way they're just like gonna leave out like you exploring all this part. And like you know that since there's stuff over here that's I can't get to, I'm gonna eventually backtrack through here. So you basically do go through like all the map, which is kind of neat that you can like see all the map, but you just don't like know what's on it. And like then you go through it, but it does like reveal itself over time. But yeah, I'm done. I'll come back, I guess later on. Well, no, it's Thursday, right? Is it Thursday? Hold on. Yeah, this is the part of quarantine where I'm just like losing track of days. But Ghost of Tsushima's out at midnight, and since I woke up at midnight today, I'm hoping I can get on the same sleep schedule, and then I'll just definitely wake up, play that, and just crack out on it until I finish it. And I guess on Friday I'll be playing it, but I won't be playing it for like a while when I'm at the game night for everybody's off. So I'll be doing that. But yeah, this is where we're gonna pick up tomorrow on this. So let me show something real quick. As far as the extras that you get on GOG, which is CD Projekt Red's digital storefront thing. But like, yeah, if I click extras, I think this isn't it. I think I'm supposed to. I'm looking for Gwent. Oh, never mind. It is for Thronebreaker. But like this thing right here, I've already downloaded it, so I'll just open it. But you know, Art of the Witcher card game, art book from Dark Horse. This is one of the extras. Because when I was playing Gwent, and like, you know, that's one of the reasons I like it, is that it's just so tied into the universe, and that it is just like artwork of all the characters and, you know, units and whatnot, but it's all like basically in-universe stuff, which is cool. Let me see what this extras for Gwent are. I think the soundtrack's on there. I'm pretty sure the soundtrack's on there. Where's the I think it's like this, right? Oh my gosh. Maybe that's why too, is like maybe it's syncing with other stuff and it's like chugging on the performance, but whatever. Also, I've played this more than 72 hours. That's not up to date, but whatever. That's no big deal. I could show it actually as well. I've played a lot of Gwent, man. But yeah, you get the soundtrack for Gwent, so that's not. I mean, Gwent is like free to play, so you don't have to actually pay anything to download it. But it is cool that like you can't get the soundtrack with the GOG version. Anyway, let me close this. Okay, I'm gonna load Steam up while I do this, but now I can show like how much time I've played. Alright, so I did end up like downloading that art book. So let me just show that real quick. Oh, there's a Steam update. Okie dokie. Alright, so it's already in my recent files. So I'll just pull it up. But yeah, dude, I think one of my hard drives is, it's not going bad, it's just like not, it's probably just like the RPM on it, I imagine is like not as good as the other two, or 3, or however many I have. I think I have 3, I've got to have at least, I have at least 3 drives, I might have 4 drives on this computer. Let's see, CEF, yeah, 4 drives. Anyway. Oh, I double clicked it, right? So it's probably loading right now. Right? I'm sorry. I'm just, yeah. Okay, cool. It's opening. Alright. And yeah, it's in PDF form if you're curious. Because, wait a minute. Why is it? Is this an effing Edge? What the F? That's not what I wanted. I was wanting it to open with Adobe, but I guess I'll take it. It's probably less resource usage on this, so it's whatever. But yeah, it's like weird because it like that came up as like the file default when I first opened it. It was like, why is whatever? Anyway, where's the there's like a way to, well, actually I don't know how to use this, so try to see if I can like view it full screen, but apparently I can't, so whatever. But yeah, alright, what's your card game? If you open this in the Adobe thingy, whatever the PDF file of yours, you can actually go full screen with it. There's probably like a way to go full screen with it here. I just don't know how to use Edge. Hold on. There we go, full screen. I mean, kind of like, it's kind of like annoying though, because like, you know, it's like, if you're reading a book, it's got like left page, right page issue. So it's like some of the stuff, it's like, you know, it's like it's like a image that's over 2 pages, so it doesn't look as good like that Siri image. That would have been like way, like this one right here. Basically, it's got the like shield maiden cut off. But you know, you can just like scroll through this and see all of the yeah, the cards that are in the game. I mean, I don't know if it has like all of them because there's been expansions, but it's like, I think, you know, up to a certain point, obviously, they'll have like all stuff from the base game. Like these are all the you know, monster units. But then it's got like a lot of detail too on the stuff. Like it's zoomed, like since it's bigger images, like you can see all the you know, like the Neckers harassing this caravan here. So I thought that was cool. Or just like, you know, see like a bigger, higher resolution of the stuff, like the Wild Hunt units. Yeah, there's a Drowner card. But then I, like, you know, like I showed on that other card, like it has, like, since you can see like more of the detail, it's a lot nice to like see actually, you know, more detail. And then like if I could go full screen, I could like see this stuff in, you know, bigger detail. But that's kind of like one of the drawbacks, is that's like a 1 page with like multiple cards on it. And there's like the wolf card. I'm only gonna go through like this quick section here. I'm not gonna go like through all the stuff, but just example that you know, if you've played the monsters deck, this is, you can always, you know, these are the monster cards. But like, you know, I never really noticed that rat on that card, so I thought that was cool. Just like see it up close, or just like bigger, high resolution, you know. So when I was playing it, I was like, dude, they should make a art book of like all the card art in this game, but apparently it already exists. So I mean, that being said, I do want to get a hard copy of this if it's still in print, so, but I'm not sure if it's out of print because I'm like years late to playing Gwent, so I do plan on picking this up though eventually, so for sure. Let me scroll down a bit to see something else from like another deck or something. This is just monsters right now. Okay, there's Northern Realms. But yeah, see, this is an example of like something that's like cut off from like left page, right page. So you got the blue stripes, but it's like a 2-page spread here, which is pretty cool to see. Like some of the images are like actually, you know, multiple, or not just multiple, but like, you know, it's like a what's that thing called when you do like the like 360 or 180, but you know that thing. Yeah, dude, this looks like, you know, like a lot of these look so much better than they do in the game because it's just higher resolution. So I did very much enjoy that. And like I said, just see like all the detail and stuff when it zoomed in, or just like stuff I didn't notice before. Like I didn't notice like the crest of the, or I probably didn't notice this, but I don't use that card anymore in my deck. So This card. Effing. Get hit with that a lot. Poor infantry. But like the straws in their boots, that's pretty cool. See all the detail. Okay, well that's all I wanted to show here at the end. So I do plan on picking this. What card is this? I do plan on picking up this art book later. I don't think I've gotten this one yet or seen it. What is that? Is that a dragon? I think it is because it's a reaver, and that they've been referenced when they went on the dragon hunt with the. I mean, it's also in like the. I'm not gonna say because I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, it's been referenced in the games. So. Some more Redania. And some Kid Winnie. Okay, but yeah, that's that. Oh, that's cool. I think, but yeah, like for me, it's like I know of other card games, but I've never really gotten into them before. Like I have Gwent, because Witcher 3, dude, that just sucked me in. And just like, you know, just like being able to see all these cards, but they're all like, you know, in universe and stuff. So it's all like the context is like, you know, there immediately. And so I was thinking like, why doesn't not every game franchise, but that'd be like overdoing it. But it does seem like after playing it, I'm just like, you know, it kind of makes the argument, or it's a good argument for like, you know, certain game franchises should just have their own like dedicated standalone card game. Because I know Final Fantasy does, but I haven't bothered with that. So, but there's also like the whole issue of like I kind of would like the Gwent model where it's like a game that's free to play that you could play on, you know, console or PC or mobile or whatever. But yeah, that's a thing. That. What just happened? Dude, hold on. Did I just make it bigger? Oh my gosh, I think I did. Hold on. Okay, because I thought I hit. That was weird because I clicked the thing, right? And it looked like it made it a bit bigger. But then maybe not. Or when I clicked the X on the thing, it looked like it did, but then I don't think it did. So whatever. I think it was just a perspective switch. But as far as Gwent, how much have I played since I started playing like a couple weeks ago? 192 hours. I wonder if it'll say like when the first day I played was. I should probably just like look at the trophy listing, because that's when I obviously probably played for the first time. Let's see, 98.7 hours last 2 weeks. First trophy is July 6th. Okay, July 16th, June 26th actually. June 8th. June 8th is like, no, June 4th. June 4th. June 4th. Played one ranked game, okay, so yeah. June 4th or around there. Yeah, 3 online matches. So I've been playing since June 4th, so it's been a month, or over a month. So, what would that be? June 4th to today is... I don't need to look this up, but it's bugging me. 4th, and then it's what, today is the 15th or 16th? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. 6 or 7 weeks, yeah. Alright, that's it for the stream. I mean, I kind of want to play some Gwent. It was Gwent's Day I was playing earlier, but I think I'll probably play some Lost Turner instead. I don't know. So I would like to play get some more Alatrian stuff in. Oh, what's this? I need to restart. Maybe that's why I was having issues. I don't know. But yeah. I will be... I mean, once Ghost of Tsushima comes out, I will probably not be playing this until I finish that, and I'll come back to it. So I think I'll just maybe leave it here for Thronebreaker, and I'll pick up back in Angura, or however it's pronounced, whatever. After I'm done with Tsushima, because I'm definitely going to be playing that a lot. So since it's coming out Thursday at midnight, I'm probably not going to end up playing this. I'm probably not going to be playing this at all Thursday, well, just today, because, you know, like I said, I'm going to wake up and then it'll be out at midnight, and I'll just crack out on it. So, yeah, it's like I don't really see a reason to. I mean, I guess to keep my daily stream or daily stream streak alive, I might play some Gwent. So I might do that, but or Monster Hunter, we'll see. Cause I honestly don't feel like playing Gwent, cause I get destroyed lately. So yeah, but that's it for the stream. So you know, if you're out there watching it on the YouTube archive, feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe, favorite, share with your friends or not. That's cool. And yeah, like I said, till you see or hear from me again, thanks for watching, and I'm now signing off.